Okay, but yeah, we are live here with the second round of the Solary Cup 2021, a competition with mixed style maps and a prize pool of €2,000, sponsored by Objective Code. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name, but I don't think so. So yeah, that is great. And we have the top 32 now split onto 4 servers, with the top 16 going through. So from each server, the top 4 is going to the next round. We have Mi4, Loud6, BK, or EOUP, I think it is, Kiso, SpeedSelf, Rin, Megorian, and Coco playing. Hopefully I didn't forget someone, but those are the players that will be playing here. And I'm looking forward to see how they will perform, because yeah, only the top 4 is going to the next round. And definitely some underdogs are in here. We still play in the MotoGP point system, so 25, 20, 16, 13, 11, 10, and 9, 8, and so on. That's the points repartition. And let's take a look who will take the victory here. We have 5 maps in the map pool. The first one will be Blue Bee, with the WR is a 54.26 from a Carl Jr. And we play each map with 5 rounds and 1 warm-up beforehand. Megorian with a great start here up into that first position. Mi4 also not too far behind, 6,000 of a second between them. Mi4 with a lot of speed. Megorian goes into the wall, bonks into the wall even, and now he has a great lead to work with. But there is also Rin, who's coming dangerously closer to Mi4. Rin with the overtake, and Rin is now up into that first position. So Rin can take that first 25-pointer. And he is definitely doing it very well. Mi4 with a little bit more speed, but it's not enough here as Rin gets the more direct finish. And with that, the first 25-pointer to his name. Loud6 on 3rd, EOUP on the 4th, SpeedSelf, then Kizu, Coco, and Megorian on P number 8. So WR here is a 54.26 from Carl Jr. So to give you guys just a good comparison what times are driven here. But yeah, I mean, you want to land in the top 3 as much as possible, or even in the top 2 or top 1, in order to make it into the next round, because only the top 4 is going through, and this is not the best point repartition for that, because you can see the gaps here on the left side. Like 8 points for, you get 8 points for 8th, but also 16 points for 3rd. So there's an 8-point difference of that, and then a 9-point difference between 3rd and 1st. So it's a lot, and it will be close. It will be very close. And getting yourself a good amount of points is really important here, as Mi4 is leading. Also a great amount of speed he accumulated over this part. Megorian on 2nd position. Then we have Rin behind that. Coco also with a good round. He can overtake Rin in the ending, and yes, he will do so indeed. So Coco with 16 points here after only a 7th position in the prior round. But yeah, Mi4 is looking very strong here. Goes up into the lead and has now 45 points. So great to see that we have also international players playing this competition, and they are doing very, very good. I mean, Miku being from Finland and Megorian from Poland, you know, that is really great. All right, next round coming up. Let's follow SpeedSelf here, who is currently on last position, but has a pretty good start here. Only finding himself 0.45 behind, but didn't get the best speed here over this 3rd turn, but goes for a more safe approach to overtake the players who make mistakes. And we already have Mi4 here making that early mistake, but SpeedSelf is losing more and more time. You really have to go for those top 3 positions, and SpeedSelf is more of a safe driver. He's very good, of course, but he has to push a little bit more. But yeah, he's not really making it happen here by losing more and more time over those parts, and SpeedSelf is more than 1 second behind and will not get himself a good position, but overtakes Mi4 and also Loud6 here. So never mind, never mind. It is SpeedSelf up to P4 here, and SpeedSelf is taking it with 13 points here, so that is great to him, up to 32 points. Then we have Megorian, Rin, and Coco ahead of that, and also Coco again with a great round, and with that going up to P number 3. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's Rin leading out of Mi4, then Coco and Megorian, and then Loud6 is already 9 points behind, and Speedself with one great round here, with one top 4 placement, also not that far away. He's also not that far away from the others. But yeah, let's take a look onto the next round as Speedself can maybe make something more happen. I just want to follow him here. We have 5 rounds on each track, and this is round number 4. Coco with a mistake, and Speedself with that up to P4 again. So great to see his consistent driving style is working out for him. But we have a close fight for that first position between Mi4, Megorian and Rin. So that is great to see between them. They're really pushing it here. Mi4 with a very outside approach goes for a great apex here, but Megorian also got it really good. Rin is also having a lot of speed here, but goes so close to the wall, but not making that mistake. Who's gonna get that first position? It's Mi4 in the lead, and Mi4 will stay there, and it is Rin on second, Megorian on third, and Speedself actually gets himself that 4th position. So yet another great placement for Speedself. But definitely a great round here. One of the closer rounds that we have witnessed. But I would also say that Blue B is one of the easier tracks from this map pool. So Speedself tied with Loud6 for P5. And then there's Megorian, who is on 4th. Man, it's really getting close here. I mean, it's 16 points, but that is only one bad round or one good round for either Loud6 or Speedself, where they come dangerously closer to them, especially on the maps where you can really fail the ending and make miserable mistakes. It can really happen there. And let's just see who will take it here, if someone is taking it or not. Or if it's, yeah, again, Mi4, Megorian, Coco, or Rin, because they're for me the clear favorites. But Rin, with a very early mistake here, finds himself on 8th position and more than 5 seconds behind. So he will not play a role in this round and only gets himself 8 points. Speedself only on P7 in this one, but who's getting that first position? Mi4 again with a good amount of speed, and he will stay ahead. Or is it Coco? Coco with more speed, but it's not enough here for Coco to overtake him. So Coco has to settle on P number 2. And then we have Mi4 on first, Megorian on third, and then Loud6 on P number 4. Speedself still gets himself a 5th position after being on 7th place when I've spectated him. And then Kizu, Iwap, and Rin behind that. Yeah, Speedself is very consistent indeed. And that is also what is important, but you have to be consistently fast. And a time like that does not really bring you anywhere, but he can definitely make it happen. Yeah, but now we have the next map. Mothership is the next map, which is built or has been built by AQLX, the Sun player. A great map, but also not an easy one. The WR is a 59.11 by Ceylan. Then we have Carl Jr. behind that, and it seems that Carl Jr. has also put in a lot of practice into this competition. So yeah, let's take a look who will make it, who will be the victorious player. This ice part is really important. We have seen Aurel doing it very, very nicely. But also this part here where you have freewheel and you don't want to oversteer there. You don't want to do that, but you know it happens. It can happen very, very quickly that you have to readjust your line and you didn't really do it good beforehand. But let's just take a look who will win it here in the warm-up, because this map is certainly not easy, and see what times they are doing here. Okay, Mi4 with a sub 1 minute time, and that's also a time that I would say is winning material. I think this is winning material at 59.80. We have seen faster times, but you have also seen slower times. So good luck to the players. Second map out of 5. We still have a bot, Wisdom, and Revelsia being played out afterwards. So 20 more rounds, and this is round number 6. And let's follow EOAP actually for that first round. Let's see how he is doing it, how EOAP is doing it. gets overtaken by Loud6 and Kizu, and right now is down to P number 8. But of course the ice is really important. That was a bit of an oversteer, and you could have seen it. He lost so much time there and so much speed. Also with that freewheel block afterwards. He's now 2 seconds behind, so EOAP. It's not looking too well for him in this round, but maybe he can make something happen in the ending and maybe overtake players like Kizu and Miquat, who have made a mistake, or Rin as well. You know, there are a lot of players who made mistakes. And of course now Speedself up to that 3rd position. So Megorian and Coco are the players who are ahead of him. Speedself with a very risky line there. I thought he would have gone for a different gap, but he's still able to survive it and snipe away the 3rd position here out of Loud6, out of Kizu. And then we have Rin, EOAP and Miquat finishing. So Megorian and Coco now tied for 3rd. Then Rin still on P number 4 and Speedself on 5th. But already 24 points behind. But it's really a surprise to me that Loud6 is also so far behind. But let's just go with him in this round and see. Maybe he can make something happen in this one. Maybe. He looked very strong when he played against Aurel in the 1st round. But of course now the pressure is rising. There Coco and Miquat with a mistake. Then Loud6 now up to P number 2. Oversteers there a bit, but Coco with a mistake. So Loud6 now up into the lead here. Rin and Loud6 battling out for the 25 pointer. And that's of course very important for him to get those points now, but not with the best speed here. You could have seen Megorian went for that line with that I would have chosen as well. Going for the airtime minimization, but now makes that mistake as well as Loud6. But still he's on that 2nd position because you slow down there anyway. But Coco goes for the attack. And goes up into that 2nd position. But still Loud6 gets himself 16 points here by barely making the ending jump. Rin on 1st. Also good for him because he was on 4th. So Loud6 is not going anywhere with that. He would have gone, he would have gained a lot of points, but he didn't get that 1st position there. It's Rin Keycam. It's Rin. I think. Because Rin also had a Japanese flag, you know, and yeah. It's Rin. Okay, next round coming up. It's very close for the 1st position and also between the top 4 here. It's only 11 points between them. So a great fight, but then we also have a cluster of players for P number 5, Loud6, Speedself, and then Kizu with 69 points, 66 points for EOAP. So we have already some huge gaps between the 4th and 5th position, but not that huge gaps between 1st and 4th, and also between 5th and 8th position. So that can also come, this can also become very interesting here. But let's just take a look onto this round as Coco is leading out of Rin. Megorian on 3rd position. Speedself also with a consistent 4th position, but he will not go into there. Okay, then we have a timeout. Goodbye, man. Thanks for the feedback, but you don't have to insult me, so I'll see you in 10 minutes, man. You could have said it in a more moderate way, but getting insulted is definitely not the way to go. Okay, let's go to the next one. I mean, this feedback is great. It's great feedback. Just saying that I should not press tab. It's great, but insulting me is not the way to go, mate. So let's stop pressing tab. It's just a habit from mine because we had that in a lot of competitions beforehand. But yeah, we can click here onto the left. You are right with that. Okay, Speedself with a mistake, and he is down, gets a dead respawn here by clipping it there. That is not great for Speedself. He loses on so much time. I'm not even sure if he can finish after that one, so he is dead here. Speedself is dead. Miquat is leading. Coco on that 1st position together with Miquat, but Coco with a more inside approach. So Miquat has more speed. Who's gonna get that 1st position? Is it Miquat or Coco? Actually different lines there, and it works out to be better for Coco, and also a great time and a great round, a .55 and a .74 here. So great time and a great round between Coco and Miku. That was great. So Speedself can finish, but only getting himself 8 points. So that is not the position he wanted to be in. And also now loses time or like places towards Loud6, who is now 8 points ahead of him. Only 4 players advance into the next round. Only 4 players advance, but we still have 15 rounds after this one to go. We still have 15 rounds to go. Coco and Mi4 are batting it out here together with Megorian and Rin, but Rin with an oversteer, and with that lose on a lot of time. You could have seen it there just by steering a little bit too much on the ice. It's very decisive, but I like those ice parts where you have to get a good alignment over, because you can not really lose too much time there. Of course, if you have practiced this map sufficiently, but of course then you can really adapt your playstyle. I mean, it's a bit contradicting what I said, because you lose the most time there, but compared to other ice sections, I think this is a fair part. But yeah, it is Miku getting first here. And another great time here, 0.7. Coco on second, Megorian on third. So we actually see 3 times below 1 minute. Speedself on fourth, Loud6 on fifth. And then we see Rin, Kizu and Eo up on the remaining positions. Alright, the next map is coming up. It is a bot. And we have again a warm-up on this track and 5 live rounds. The WR is a 57.558 from Carl Jr., as well as on Wisdom, where the WR is also a 57.558 from Carl Jr. So we have 2 maps where the WR is the exact same time, and it's also from Carl Jr. I was a bit surprised when I was seeing that. But yeah, this is the map that will be played, and we also have Wisdom coming up after that, so you're gonna see it there. So this map has a lot of transitions as well as this infamous freewheel transition, where you have to get yourself the best line as possible throughout this one. And yeah, I think we will see a lot of mistakes on this freewheel part, because it is definitely not easy. As you can see, the gaps in the warm-up are already tremendous. But yeah, good luck to the players. I guess we can see times below 58. Wow, this will be a good time actually. This will be a very good time. And let's take a look who will take it. So at the moment we have Coco, Mi4, Rin and Megorian in the top 4. Loud6 and Speedself are 40 points away. So that's already a huge gap between the players here. But maybe they can come a bit closer. Let's take a look. Okay, Rin and Loud6 with a different line. Interesting to see that, gathering a more speed over this part. But it doesn't really seem to work out. It was more of a safe approach. But maybe if you do it like in a very fast fashion, maybe you can make something happen there. But I certainly have not played this map in depth. I've seen them, I've watched the WR replay. But that's it, you know. Didn't really analyze all the lines in depth. I just understood the map this way. And also the gear on this part, which Loud6 didn't get super well. That's why he is on third position and not really gaining time towards Megorian and Coco, who are on first and second. And the 58.38 is enough for Coco to win the round and get himself 25 points. So Coco with that up to 216 points. As you can see there, 216 points now for Coco. Then Mi4 is getting attacked now from Megorian and Rin, but still they're still 15 points away. Alright, alright. Into the next round we go. Let's go with Ewap, who is currently on last position with 101 points. And also in this round he finds himself on 8th position. Great low jump though from Ewap. And with that getting a good line over this part. So he goes up into P7 here. No one making a mistake, actually. I'm a bit surprised, but maybe they've just figured out a way, which is great. But the fight for first is going on between Megorian and Coco. Coco with not the best line in this part, so Megorian is extending a bit, but the easy play can come a bit close, especially in the ending, but it's not enough here to overtake Megorian. A 58.21 for Megorian. Coco on second, Miku on third. Then we have Rin on P4, so again, the players who are in the top 4 in the scoreboard also have gotten themselves the top 4 in the live round. So the gap is with that extending and getting bigger, or gap is rising, or is getting bigger, as you want to say that. Extending gap is gap cannot, whatever, you get the point. So 44 points between 4th and 5th. 44 points, and this already looks decided, but it's not decided who gets the top seed for the quarterfinals actually. But maybe guys, you can tell me how it is going in the other quarterfinals in the chat. I mean, how is it going for Massa and Spam? What is going on with Carl Jr.? Would be great. Dude, what, rave out? How many points do you have? Jeez, that is sick. So Coco with a mistake. You can go for that line, but it's super risky though. So Coco got punished for that. And he is now down to P4 even, but still Miquato, Megorian, and also Rin are in the top 4. And they're just gonna take it again. Speedserv on 5th, and then probably Loud6 on P number 6. They just get outpaced here. They just get outpaced. So that is super, super unfortunate for them. Yeah, this match is already almost decided, yeah. But yeah, we can still cast it because, or like cast it in a good way, because you know the battle for the top 3 is going on, or for the top 4, because the seeding matters. The seeding really matters. Guys, how is it going in the spam match actually? Can someone tell me? That would be great. That would be great if someone can tell me how the score is there, if Spam and Massa are going through. Hopefully they are. Hopefully both of them are going through. Megorian dead. Speedself now up to P2. So that is great here for Speedself. That is absolutely great to see. Also now up to P1 all of a sudden. So Speedself with a great amount of speed. 0.5 of a second out of Loud6. So that's their chance to come closer to them and maybe even make something happen. Speedself with a small mistake. There still stays in the lead. But Loud6 with more speed and also the better approach here by the looks of it. But Speedself had a plan with that line. And also here he might have the upper hand. But yeah, Loud6 getting first. Miquato, Megorian, Ewap, and Speedself falls down to P5. So he's crumbling under the pressure actually. He's crumbling under the pressure. So Loud6 gets 25 points and comes a bit closer, especially to Rin. So only 37 points, and we can potentially see something between them. So a close match between them. It could be possible, but for that it is Loud6 who has to win some more rounds. What do I get if I gamble all? That is great, Mandel Strider. I think you lose all your points, man. Okay, Rin. Great line over this part. And now up to P number 4. Oh my, oh Jesus Christ. Oh my god. He did it. Wow. Can we get an F for Mr. Rave out? Jeez. Oh my, Coco also with a 58 here, 58.77. So that is roughly 1 second behind WR, but still a great time and enough for first position. Miko on second and Loud6 on third, and then we have Rin on fourth. But yeah, Loud6 with a good performance in the last couple of rounds and is coming a bit closer to P4. So fourth map is coming up. It's Wisdom 2. And yeah, this map is by Clem, I think he's pronounced. And on this map we have a WR, as I said, the same one as on the prior map, a 57.55 from Mr. Carl Jr. And this map is definitely not easy. I think we're gonna see huge gaps on this map. But just looking forward to see how the players will perform if they, yeah, just stay ahead and not fail the ending under the pressure. Especially a player like Loud6 who can make it happen. He's 34 points away from Rin. You can see it here, 4th and 5th between them on the left side there. So I'm not gonna tap too much. Actually, I maybe should just unbind the tab key. I think that's a great idea. Let me just unbind that. Unbind one button, tap, boom. So now we don't have the scoreboard anymore. It's just a bad habit, guys. It's just a very bad habit. But I think he had some, or like you guys have a point there. That is absolutely right. Bing, Spam, Massa, and Feed. Okay. Powers could be out. Oh man. Well, yeah, actually server 3 was very interesting. But yeah, we still have some rounds. But let's just go ahead and see who's gonna take this one. Especially focusing on Loud6, who can still make it. Speed Self also potentially, but he's like 30 more points, so 64 points behind Rin. So Rin also not with a great start here. So Loud6 could really shine with this consistency. Rin. Oh, no, never mind. Actually, Rin is in second. I was seeing this one wrong, but made a mistake there. Okay, so okay, I was somewhat right, but I didn't want to jinx him. But yeah, Loud6 with that is up to P3, and we could have a fight here for that last position because Rin is stumbling a bit. Of course, he's still finishing, but Loud6 is coming dangerously closer. Oh my, that was such a close jump. That was very close. And a 58.22, also not a bad time from Coco. And Coco with that extending his lead because Mi4 made a mistake. Loud6 gets himself 16 points, Rin 11 points. So that means that 29 points between the players is right now the case. 29 points. So yeah, 1 or 2 really good rounds from Rin would seal the deal for him, but also for Loud6 to come closer. And then we have a 4th place match coming up, like a battle for that 4th position. So 309 points for Coco. With that, he is 26 points ahead of Mi4, who's on second, and only 16 points ahead of Megorian. So we could see a change there as well. And then, of course, also between Rin and Loud6. So that's the fight that I'm focusing on. I think Rin is having a great start, but goes too far to the left and to the right there and has to respawn. So Rin is crumbling under the pressure again. And this is not good for Rin here, as Loud6 could come dangerously close. And right now he's leading the round. Loud6 is leading the round. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have a match in our hands for the 4th position. Loud6 with a great comeback. If he, of course, survives the ending here, he has to make it happen. Let's follow Mi4, who has a great amount of speed. He could go into the 1st position, but only one more turn is there to go. Mi4 with a great line, goes for the risky line, and Mi4 will take it. But still Loud6 with a 2nd place here. 2nd place for Loud6, and with that, he's up and coming closer to Mr. Rin, who only got 9 points. So it's only 18 points between them. Only 18 points between 5th and 4th position. Okay, so you can see it here on the scoreboard again, 233 versus 251. And yeah, now the pressure is definitely rising. It is Loud6 who can make it happen with consistent driving, but of course Rin can just burst it out and run around. Okay, just gonna focus on Loud6 again, because that is of course the fight right now we're looking for. Kizu and Eowap and as well as Speedself, they've fallen behind tremendously here. It is the 1-to-1 fight here between Loud6 and Rin, and this is also very important here because that is the direct points between them. And Speedself with a risky line there, he makes that early mistake and he is out here. But look at that, the top 5 here in the fight. It is Loud6 with a very inside turn and not the best amount of speed. Rin is leading, Miku on 2nd, Megorian on P4, but only 0.26 away. Only 0.26 away, and this is a great round here. That is a great round. Round number 3 on Wisdom 2. And it is Rin making that mistake as well as Megorian. Is it actually Loud6? Loud6 actually overtaking Rin there in the ending, because Megorian and... oh my god, Megorian and Rin made a mistake, but Rin with the inside touch, and Megorian went for the intended safe finish, but still 2 points that he's coming closer in a round that was looking really, really good for Rin. So the momentum is there for Loud6. 16 points between them. There's no finalist mode, heck. It's It's rounds mode that will be played. It's 25 rounds that will be played. And in those 25 points, you have to accumulate the most points as possible. Okay, so where is Rin? Rin is on 8th position. Ladies and gentlemen, is Loud6 making that comeback here? I think Loud6 is in the head of Rin, and with a great or with an average round, he can definitely come anywhere closer. He just has to stay on that 4th position, and he will get himself, again, 13 points. Man, what a fight for that 4th position. Loud6 didn't give up, and he right now is looking really, really good here. He's looking really good to take yet another points, yeah, or yet some more points. And yes, this will be the case. He's getting that 4th position. Miku, Megorian, and Coco in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And then we have Rin only getting himself 6th position. So again, 3 more points for Loud6 in this round. And with that, it is only 13 more points between them. 13 points between Rin and Loud6. And this could actually get really close. Okay, Kizu has to go for the safe way because he has made that mistake, gets airtime, but still is able to save that, but has to settle with a penalty. Alright, now Rin is in a great round here, but again, Loud6 is there. Loud6 is playing so consistent. The Perch driver is doing it very nicely, but Rin with more speed. Rin with more speed, and he can definitely do some damage in this round and overtake Loud6, or just extend his lead again, because he has lost 5 rounds in a row towards him, or points towards him. But oh my, that was so close for both Coco and Rin, but they're both surviving it. Now the ending though, really important to get that one, and Rin is taking it. 16 points to his name. Loud6 gets 4th, so he loses that 3 points again. And yeah, it will be all decided on the last map. Will be all decided on the last map, as we also have a fight for first between Miquatra and Coco. Miquatra goes into the lead, 383 points for him. Okay, thank you, Mental Strider, for the information. Thank you so much. Okay, the last map is the longest. It's Rafflesia. That is the longest map, and the WR is from Ceylan, a 106.19. And yeah, I really like the maps in this competition. It's a map from Mephisto, a map from Mephisto, or by Mephisto, built by him. I like this map. but it's definitely not easy with a lot of obstacles set in the way. We have to take a set line, which is not that easy, especially this jump here, which can be really hard, especially as well as the ending. So looking forward to see that. This is the decider here. This is the last map. And then we have our top 5. Or top 4, sorry. Top 5 is right now battling out for the top 4. But Speed Self needs a really good map here in order to make it happen. And also, like, a lot of mistakes. And I think if every player finishes, it is not possible for Speed Self anymore, unfortunately. But he is still playing, and he can also, like, say, yeah, I got 6th here. And definitely not a bad performance from him, as you consider he played against Loud6, Rin, Megorian, Coco, and Mi4. But good luck to the players. This is the last map in the round of 8. And EWAP is starting late already. That is unfortunate for him. And also Speed Self with a mistake and goes for the backup here and loses so much time with that. Also the penalty here and the gear. So that is a bummer for him. That is a bummer. Okay, let's see. Where is Loud6? Loud6 wants to drive consistent and rely on mistakes from Rin, who is right now in the fight for that first position. And 0.3 ahead. Jumps so far to the right though, but still is able to survive it. Also not clipping the inside there. There you want to get, or you get a little bit of reactor boost. And Loud6 is still on 5th position, but 0.5 away from that top 5. So let's focus onto him. Onto Rin, the man, the myth, the legend, a very, very skilled driver. He's very good. Loses a little bit of speed there. So he's not going anywhere with that. Miku, Megorian, and Coco are in the fight for first. And they will declare that under themselves. And it will be Mi4 winning it over Megorian. Then we have Coco on 3rd, Rin on 4th, and Loud6 on 5th. So 2 points of a deficit between them. And it is Rin who is capitalizing from that. So 4 more rounds, and then we have our top 4 that moves on into the quarterfinals, which will be played afterwards. So let's take a look. Oh, Megorian with that early mistake. So that's the chance here actually for Loud6 to get himself a big boy amount of points. As Mi4 and Rin are in the top 2 here. But Loud6 with a great line does not jump that far to the right. And with that, he is still in the fight. Because he actually got himself a good amount of speed out there. So, yeah. Let's take a look here. This part, Loud6 versus Mi4. 4th with his 5th position. Is Mi4 making a mistake or not? I mean, Rin is... Oh, man, I'm such a Pebega today. Of course, Rin is in the lead and Mi4 is not on P4 here. Mi4 is leading here with a great performance. 16 points out of Coco, and Mi4 will take it, and Rin will get first. So that is almost the early GG here. If Rin will just drive it safe in the next couple of rounds. And Loud6 not getting himself a lot of points because, you know, it's more than 20 points now between them. EWAP is also able to finish, but only on 8th position. And also makes that mistake here, clips his wheel and gets himself 8 points. Hello there, Seti. Hello, hello. Okay, next round, and round number 3 out of 5 is coming up. EWAP on a second to last position here, unfortunately. And also not getting a good run here, but a lot of players have actually made a mistake there. As you could have seen, AWAP now down up to P number 6. He's out of Rin and Speed Self, and with that Loud6 could come a bit closer, but still the gap is now 27 points. It's 27 points between them. And it looks that Loud6 is not able to make it into the next round because he needs a banger now. He needs 25 points in order to make it happen. But Megorian, Miquatro and Coco are ahead of him. And yeah, this will not be the case. Loud6 only gets himself 4th position. But also great time here, 106.47, which is actually 0.27 away from WR. So great time from Megorian. Great time from Megorian. And with that, he has secured his 3rd position. Rin also finishes spot on P7. 9 points, 9 versus 13. You know, you see this MotoGP point system. You really have to get into the top 1 or top 2. Top 3 is also okay. But top 4 already, yeah, you almost get nothing out of that. Only 4 points. And yeah, we have 2 more rounds. And it doesn't look good for Loud6 to make something happen here. 500 or 500. Jeez. Well, I don't think that you lose statistically more because the chance is always the same. The chance does not change because you lost a round. It's always the same. But yeah, wait, 500 or 500 points. The maximum of the points are 25 times 25, and that is 625. Those are the maximum points that you can get, and not 500. Okay, but yeah, let's take a look who's actually winning this round. I got a bit distracted here by this thing, but it's Coco versus Rin, and Coco takes it here with a 106.67. So yeah, also not a bad time. Rin on 2nd, and with that we already have our top 4 here. It is Rin, Megorian, Coco and Miquatro. Loud6, Speed Self, AWAP and Kizo have to say bye-bye, unfortunately, but still a great performance, especially from Loud6 and Speed Self, but also AWAP and Kizo played very well. They had very strong opponents, but unfortunately it was not enough for them to make it happen. So Rin on P4 will make it. The gap is more than 25 points, so he doesn't have to worry about that. That is the round, just for the statistics. And let's see who will take this one. The last round of Destiny. But yeah, Miquatro could get overtaken by Coco if he DNFs the round. But there can actually be no real position change if every player finishes, actually. But yeah, Rin with a great round here, but gets the worst seat. So looking forward to see the matches, because every quarterfinal is being played separately. Megorian is leading though, and also has played really well, but Coco and Miquatro were just so strong. They were really, really strong. And Rin is making a mistake, so he will fall down to P number 6 actually, because he stays out of Kizu and AWAP. So let's go with Megorian and Miquatro, who are winning. Coco on 3rd, Loud6 on 4th, and that's the GG here. That is the GG of this round of 8.